I am on, but I don't see it. Can you see it? Can you find it? That sucks. Oh my God, it says one person's on, so now it's working. I'm so mad. But do I see comments here? I don't even know how this works, guys. I really don't. Hey, Maria. I'm so mad. You can see it now. Everybody's saying they can see it now. I'm so mad. So I guess I had it as unlisted. Okay. I had it unlisted, so nobody was able to see it. But guys, I literally lesson planned the whole first week of back to school. I was talking. And people were sending me messages telling me they couldn't see it. So I guess I'll just quickly go over what I was talking about. So this is how I do it typically. So I usually do hard copies. I'm just gonna get straight into it. So I usually do hard copies on cardstock, like the thicker paper, so that I can keep it on hand if I don't have access to my computer, or if I don't have time to do it. I'll just print it from my computer, which I personally like doing it like that. Instead of sitting in the printer and making copies one by one, I'll just go and print everything from the laptop. I don't know how it works for you guys, because you guys download them and I think you guys keep it on your computer as a file, but I don't know if you guys can tell me, when you do purchase them, do you guys keep the files or do you make hard copies for yourself? Because I just use my computer for my copies. So anyways, I have 2 students, which is my daughter and then one other little girl that can use this curriculum. They're still younger than what I would typically start teaching them at. The oldest child that I have right now, she just turned 2 in June. And then my daughter, she is now 19 months old. But they're ready. The 2-year-old, she knows all of her letters, most of her numbers, almost all of her numbers. She knows all her colors, all her shapes. She knows a lot. So I feel like when she starts seeing the letters and seeing like the activities, she's gonna be really interested. So I'm just gonna start it with both of them. And then my daughter is like really best friends with her, and anything Harper wants to do, her name is Harper. Anything Harper wants to do, Natalia wants to do. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make copies for both of them. So I started off with this one. Since they do know their colors, I just gonna grab the dot markers, and then I'll ask them for the colors and they'll find it, and then just dot the corresponding color. And then for math, Harper knows all of her numbers, Natalia doesn't. She knows some of them, but I already have copies from last year and I have everything cut out from last year. So anytime I have extras, I'll just keep them. If there was a student absent and they didn't come, I'll keep it, and then the following year I can go ahead and just use it. So what I did was I just printed one for Natalia and one for Harper, and then I have all of the numbers cut out. So I'll count the erasers with Harper and I'll ask her, okay, what is this one? We'll count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll have all of the numbers scattered on the table, and I'll tell her to find the 5, and then we'll glue it. So then for Natalia, I'll just give her the glue. I'll let her squeeze it for fine motor, and then she can actually put the number on it as well. So we're gonna make it work. We'll modify it for her. And then for this activity, they're gonna be tracing, but I know they're gonna be scribbling. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put them in a sheet protector, and then I'll go ahead and just let them trace it with a dry erase marker, and then clean it, and then do it over until they get it. They might not get it, but I'm still gonna give it to them. Okay. So, yeah, I just made 2 copies, one for Harper, one for Natalia, so that they have their own. And then for math questions, by the way, math questions is basically just asking the children questions that they're gonna answer with numbers. So we can say how many girls are in the room. They'll count the girls, 1, 2. How many eyes do we have? 2. How many fingers do we have? And we'll just count. So for math questions, that's what that's gonna be. The sensory bin, I also had a whole list of what I'm gonna need to purchase. I'm gonna have to buy the materials for the sensory bin, so I have that written down. And then for Wednesday, we have this activity, which I got one for Harper and one for Natalia, and then the cookies. So it's gonna look like this at the end. You get it? So that's that one. And then for math, this is what they're gonna do. So they'll trace the circle, color it, find the 8s. They'll trace this, and then with the dot marker, they're gonna go ahead and dot in all of, well, 8 of the circles that are here. So this one's for math. Do you guys have any questions, by the way? Hi guys. Hi to everybody. I know I'm going fast, but if you guys are just getting on right now, I was on live for 20 something minutes and my live was unlisted, so nobody had access to it and nobody was able to see it. So that's why I'm going really fast. Hi guys, everybody's saying hi, so hello. Hello, hello. So the crayon craft, I also printed the stuff for it as well. Let me get it out because everything is all over the place now. So the crayon craft is gonna look like this. So you're gonna paint every finger a different color except for the thumb, and then the palm is gonna be yellow. You just put it on the paper. I do this with older kids. I'm not gonna do this with the younger ones because they'll close their hands and they're gonna mush all the colors together and it's gonna defeat the purpose. And then you'll just write the word crayons and then the number 4 because there are 4 crayons. So I print it on cardstock as well, just because some parents like to laminate them and keep them in cardstock. It works better for that as well. So let me go ahead and get a little more organized because this is literally everywhere, everything. This is for Thursday. So the letter of the month is B and C. So then for B, they're gonna go ahead and use their dot markers for this. And then for shaving cream play, I also wrote that on my list because I'm gonna need shaving cream because I don't have it. And then for Friday, they're just gonna be doing this, which again, Harper knows her numbers. So I already have everything cut out from last year. So I'll just tell her where's the 2. She'll grab the wheel that has the 2. She'll put it there and then the 1. And then for Natalia, obviously I'll do letting her use the glue. Letting her use the glue and she can go ahead and just put it on there like that. What? All right. And then we're gonna do a school bus craft, which I had all of these from last year, so I just wrote their names on them. I'm gonna do this with the younger ones as well because it's their foot and I can do foot crafts with all of the babies. So we're gonna do the foot craft. So that's that. So I was literally starting week 2 whenever the people were telling me that they couldn't find it. So we're gonna start with week 2. So this is what the weekly layout looks like. If you guys see a glare, I'm sorry. Everything is laminated, so you might see a little bit of a glare, but this is what it looks like. I have the little schoolhouse in the back and then all of the little cartoons. If you guys don't have my curriculum, all of my curriculums come with a weekly layout like this. So I always put this on my board. It already has Velcro again from last year. I just stick it on my board and it gives you a guide for everything that you're gonna be doing for the month. So it'll have the theme at the top. It'll have the letters, the number, the shape, and the color, and then it has all of your activities. So for Monday, it's gonna go down. You're gonna do the activities that are below. For Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's gonna be the same. So for language and reading, you're gonna be doing the flashcards that come with the curriculum as well. So I wanted to point that out to you guys. All of the flashcards, they're not coded like that, but for example, these ones say the back to school flashcard, and then these ones say back to school 2 flashcards. So because it's the second week, that's why it's week 2. So I'll have the 2 on there. And then this one doesn't have a week because it's the first one and I never do any numbers for the first one. So we'll do the flashcards and all of the weeks come with it. So week 2, we have lunch, we have paintbrush, we have ruler, and we have schoolhouse. And then you're gonna throw this in with circle time. So whatever you do with circle time, just keep this next to you. My daughter says hi. She is 9 and plays with her baby dolls daycare. She wants to be a daycare owner when she goes. That's so cute. I don't know if it's you, but there was a lady. I don't remember her name. She sent me a video of her daughter watching my video on YouTube, and she was like, "I want to go to your house. I want to go to your house." I think it was cute. I don't know if it was you, but that's cute. I really hope that my daughter becomes a daycare provider when she grows up because she's literally copying everything I do. She sees me cleaning, she wants to clean. She always tells me cook. She sees me doing my makeup, she wants to do her makeup. She's literally copying everything. So if she becomes a daycare provider, That would be cute. But that is cute, Maria. That is really cute. So we're gonna go ahead and start with week 2 because we gotta get it done. Because I know you guys gotta go to sleep too. So for Monday, we're gonna be doing the worksheet, and then if you look on the chart, it says for fine motor, we're gonna be doing worksheet BTS 2-1. So that is this worksheet right here. So I'm gonna have to make copies of these. I already have my printer loaded. So let me go ahead and just make 2 copies of these because I need one for Harper and one for Natalia. So that's why I say I just get it from my computer instead of going to the printer and making actual copies. It just takes too long for me. So I'm gonna make 2 copies of that. And then we're gonna do jumping over lines for gross motor, which I believe that's where I put tape on the floor and then you jump over them. So that's gross motor. Then for math, we're gonna be doing BTS 2-1A, which is this one. So they're going to be tracing the number 8. So they can count the apples at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then they'll trace the 8. So I also need 2 copies of this because I don't have any from last year. So that's for Monday. And then for Tuesday, they're going to be doing, for fine motor, this one, which I'm not gonna print one for Natalia, but I'll print one for Harper because Harper recognizes capital and lowercase, and she's only 2. It was not me, but she is loving your videos and is going to subscribe to your channel to get ideas for Jaya. That's cute, because she said she's 9, right? Yeah, that's cute. So I'm gonna print only one of these for Harper because Harper does know lowercase and uppercase. So they'll just find the uppercase here and they have to circle the baby ones over here. I usually tell them this is mommy A, this is baby A. Instead of capital and lowercase, they can get that in preschool. But I tell them this is mommy A, let's find baby A, and they'll go ahead and circle that. And then you can actually have the flashcard out with you if you wanted to, or the flashcards because there's more than one. Again, the letters for the month are B and C. So if you have the flashcards out, you can kind of show them, okay, this is capital B, let's find the baby one, and they can go ahead and do it like that. But I'm only gonna print one of these because Harper is really good at this. And again, she's only 2. She just turned 2 in June and she knows all of her alphabet recognition. But we're gonna work on the fine motor to get her to trace, and she knows how to spell her name, which is really good because Harper's a long name. It's a long name. So for indoor parachute, you just get a blanket and you put little peluches or little blanket, or not blankets, little stuffed animals in the middle, and the kids just go ahead and they shake it until they get everything off. So I don't need to do anything for that. And then for math, I can do that for both of the girls. For math, they're gonna be tracing this. So they'll trace here and then try and write it on their own over here. This is gonna be for the older kids. I'll still let them do it, but just letting you know, if your kids don't do this part and they're younger, don't stress that. Just let them go ahead and trace. So I did 1 or 2 for Harper. Here are the papers. There's a whole bunch. This is the wrong one. What am I doing? This is the one. And then for arts and craft, they're gonna do an apple plate. So I'm just gonna get red construction paper, rip it up into pieces, and then you just put glue on the paper or on the plate, and they can go ahead and put their pieces on. And then if there's like empty spots or blank spaces, because sometimes the kids don't want to touch the glue or sometimes they'll miss places, I can go ahead and I'll just fill it in for them. But you want to let them do majority of it. So I do have to prep for this because I don't have any more of these plates, and I'm not going to sit here and cut with you guys because I feel like it'll take too long. But I'll cut out stems and the leaves, and I'm only gonna let Harper and Natalia do this because they are the older ones. And again, the little ones that I have, I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys, but they literally just started walking, so they're putting everything in their mouth and they're just too young to do these things, so I'm not gonna do that with them. So that is for Wednesday. No, that's for Tuesday. So for Wednesday, they're gonna be doing this worksheet. which I have a copy from last year, so I'll only need to make one. So they're gonna match the picture to the word. I typically read the word and then tell them to find the picture. So they'll say, or I'll read chair and then I'll tell them to find the chair, and they can go ahead and match it, and I'll do that for all of the words. They'll just trace the letters over here, and then you can give them crayons to color the picture. What I do with these worksheets too, guys, because they're sectioned differently, I had a student that he knew all of my worksheets. I don't know if his mom is on here, but his name was Ryder. And I would give him the worksheet and he would just do everything and finish like this. So to avoid that, not avoid it if you don't want to, but I like to avoid it because I like to work together. I like to fold the sheet and then we'll work on this section. And then when we're done with that, we'll go ahead and go on this section together. And then when we're done with that, we can go ahead and work on this section so that you guys are working slowly together. But you can do that with these sheets that I made. So I'm gonna go ahead and make one more copy. So that we have that. Yeah. And then we're gonna do this craft because the letter of the month is B and C. We're gonna make a car. Look how cute this is. Tell me this isn't cute. Let me get it out. It's this one right here. It's a car. So you're gonna get the template and it's gonna be like this. It'll say C is for car. You can paint their foot and then just put it like that. So that's what I was gonna say. Since the number of the month is 8, we should probably put 8 here. I put 7, I don't know why. I think it's because 7 is one of my favorite numbers, but you can go ahead and put 8 on it. So I'm gonna make one, no, I'm gonna make a lot more of these, thank you. Because I do the foot crafts with the infants. So the babies that put everything in their mouth, I can go ahead and do this with them too. So Harper, Natalia, Grayson, Wesley's not gonna be here. Augie and Alani. I'm gonna make 5. Make 5 of these. Oh, should have made 4. It's okay. We'll have an extra one just in case. So I'm gonna make that one for that. And then we're gonna do this one on Thursday. So again, if you guys are looking at the chart, you just go to Thursday. The flashcards and the book, don't worry about that because you're gonna have that every day. And then you just go to this one, which is 2-4, which is this one. We did the B on the first week, and then we're gonna do the C on the second week. So again, I'm gonna need 2 of these. I'm not gonna use this one because this is my hard copy. And then we're gonna do, why don't I have that here? Hold on, I'm missing a worksheet. Oh no, I don't. So I have these cards that I never laminated, and this is for math. So we're gonna have the kids sort them. So we'll just laminate it, cut them out, mix them up, and then have them sort them in different piles. They can sort the clocks in one, they can sort the paintbrushes in one, and they can sort the pencils in another one. But I need to laminate this, so I'm gonna keep this to the side, because if not, I'm gonna forget. So that's what's gonna be for math for Thursday. And then we're gonna do this school bus craft on Thursday as well. Now for the sign language, I wanted to tell you guys, I use YouTube. I know a lot of sign language because of doing it so much. I forgot what lunch and school were, but for here it's apple, and then backpack, I believe it's like this. And I try to do simple sign language so that they can get it. I forgot what lunch and school was. I think it has to do with the mouth, like eat. But for arts and craft, we're gonna make a school bus. So this is actually a paper plate. I just give it to them whole. I let them paint. And then during nap time or whenever I have free time, I'll go ahead and I cut it out. Because if I give it to them like this already cut out, it's gonna be harder for them. So I literally just give them the plate in full. And then I'll go ahead and I'll cut out these in advance. I'm not gonna do that on camera with you guys because it's just gonna take too long. But then I'll cut this out and then I'll go ahead and I'll do this for them. So this is the school bus that they'll make on Thursday. And then Friday, we're gonna be doing this activity, which I think Harper was gonna get the concept, maybe. Because it's not difficult, but they do need to understand what different is. So they're gonna go ahead and look at all of the books and they're gonna circle the one that is different. So I just don't know if she'll get that concept because that is a concept that has to got, like you gotta understand that. So I'll just print one. I know Natalia's probably not gonna get that, which is my daughter, so I'm not gonna like stress her about that. but I'm just gonna get one for her. And then like for this one, it's gonna be a little bit hard because all of the schoolhouses have kids. Well, these two have kids, this is a different one, but I don't know if she'll understand, you know what I'm saying? So we'll try with her anyway. If we waste the worksheet, we waste the worksheet, doesn't matter. And then this is another one that's a concept that has to get got because it is patterns. I already have an extra copy from last year, so I'll just use this one. But I'll say it with them. I'll say blue, black, blue, black, blue, black, and then they have to tell me what's next, and they'll circle either the blue one or the black one. So I'll just keep this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and write names on all of these now so that I can set them to the side. Hi, Aliana and I are watching you. Oh my God. Let me go ahead and write names on these for you guys, or for the babies. Oh, and guys, I wanted to show you this. So I know that you guys see my daycare organization, and a lot of people ask me questions about these bins, which these bins are really good. I got these off of Amazon. They're really thick, so all of the binders that I use, I think these are 1.5 inch binders. I put them in here, and it's just easy to see the theme and to keep it here and to put it on the shelf. But these could get expensive. I think for 4 of them, it's $50, I think, or 6, I don't know. Don't quote me. But this can be a little bit more expensive. And then I saw this and I thought of getting this. So I haven't stored much of my curriculum in here, but I did run out of bins. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy more bins right now. So let me try it like this. So this is like an accordion. So it has all of the tabs. And right here, I do have 2 themes. I have the pizza theme and then I have the gardening theme. So I just basically like, what I would do with the binder, I put it in here so that I could put more themes in here, keep it here. And if you guys don't wanna buy bins, this can be like an alternative for you, if that makes any sense. So the pizza theme, for example, I have the flashcards in there. I have the pizza craft in there. I think my daughter woke up. And then I have like the binder cover and everything in here. So it'll be easy to store for you guys. I don't know if you guys would like that as an option, but I think it's a good option to keep everything organized. The white noise turned off. To keep everything organized so that you don't have to worry about having a whole bunch of bins, if that makes sense. So I'll leave a link to this in the description box after the live so you guys can check it out, but I think it's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and write names on everything. I don't know how you guys do it, but I just find it's easier. I go ahead and I'll paper clip everything, write their names on everything, and then the week of, I have everything in this binder, and then I can just pull it out as we go. It's just easier, and I still have those little lap desks. I don't know if you guys remember them, and then I'll just store their papers in it, and then they're ready to do their activities for the day. So it's just simple like that. But let me find my pen, because I lost my pen, and then I gotta write names on everything. I lost my pen. Oh, it's on here. I think my daughters woke up. Do you guys have any questions? Let me know if you guys have any questions too about the curriculum, if you guys have any. Let me go grab those papers real quick though. so I just wrote their names on the bottom of this worksheet. What day was this? This is the wrong week. I'm all over the place. Where'd it go? Here it is. This is Wednesday, so this is 3. This is 4 and 5. I'm almost done, guys, so that I can go ahead and just save all of it. We'll paper clip it and put it in order because this is all out of order, guys. I'm telling you. Did she wake up? No? Oh, she's tired. She is exhausted. Alright. This one. I think it's Harper. All right, guys, this is a mess. This is really a mess everywhere because I'm telling you guys, the whole live situation, it threw me off, especially that I thought I was recording and I didn't. So I don't know if you guys have any questions. If you guys do, you guys can always DM me on Instagram. You guys know that I respond as quickly as I can. If I can't help you, I'll tell you I can't help you. But I try my best to respond to all of you guys' messages on Instagram specifically because that's where I'm most active. On YouTube, it's a little bit harder because you can't DM anybody. Everything has to be either like a public comment or sometimes people send me emails, which you guys can also do too because I respond to my emails too. I check them frequently. But if you guys have any questions specifically, check me out on Instagram because that's where I'm mostly at. Also, the curriculum right now, I wanted to do so many things, but again, the whole live situation threw me off. I wanted to show you guys how I organize my binders because I do organize it by theme. This one says August over here and then back to school up here. I did create one that said back to school. I think I updated it on TPT for you guys so you guys can go ahead and have, yeah, I did. So you'll have this one. I don't know if you guys can, oh, some of this. Yeah, so you'll get an option like that, back to school. And in the beginning, I was storing my binders by month, but now I'm doing it by theme so that you guys can switch the theme whenever you want. So I have a transportation theme. It's supposed to be in January, but if you don't want to teach it in January and you want to teach it in October, you can do that. So I made the binder spines to have the theme so you can choose whenever you want. I know that 90% of you guys are going to do this in August, but I think up north you guys start school in September, so this can be a September one. So I do give you guys 2 spine options, so you can do it either by theme or by month. I'm gonna start doing it by month, by the way, so I'm changing out all of my binders. But everything has the cover, the spine, and then everything, I just organize it by this. Like I think I have a short or a reel on how I organize it because I have like my weekly layout, my instructions, my flashcards, and then all of the worksheets go in order from Monday to Friday so that it's easy to just make copies and have everything situated like that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this live. I feel like it was all over the place, but we're gonna get better because we're gonna keep going and we're gonna do it. And I don't know if you guys want to see it like every time I lesson plan. I'll be a little bit more organized, but we can do it like that, and we can do a live where I'm like showing you guys a little bit more because I feel like this one was a little bit too fast. But yeah, just let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll let you guys go. I don't see any comments coming in, so I'm thinking you guys don't have questions, but we'll go ahead and we'll just let you guys, yeah, I'll just let you guys go. Thank you guys for watching.